Quality time is your wealth. I was realizing that today. I mean, part of it when I'm doing my day-to-day Fiat job, valuable as it is for the county, I know. I'm sitting there cranking on grants and budgetary stuff and biennial plans, and I'm considering just my quality time. And then when I get home, between working on Bitcoin hobby stuff and family time and time with you guys, I start to compare the time I'm spending on what. And very much my life's wealth is around the quality of the time that I have on this planet. So,
yeah,
anyway.
That's the Jeff Booth thing, isn't it? Like, where are you putting your focus, man?
Exactly.
I think he said that on your podcast, Robin. Like, he was like, you got to really think about like where you're putting your focus, where you're putting your energy, where you're putting your attention. Like, why are you feeding the system if you don't like it? Go, yeah, 100%. So we just got to wrench Fritz's arm a little bit more to get him over here on the orange side, right?
It was really nice because Jeff Booth got a question from previous guest, as all my guests get, as you both also know. And the previous guest was like really young. I think he was like 16 or 17. And he brought the question in for Jeff Booth, like, hey, what should young people that get Bitcoin do in this new Bitcoin world? And he was kind of, like, go work in Bitcoin. Like that's the best thing you can do. I mean, he like obviously explained it very well in like a 2-3 minute kind of argument, and it was just so nice that this was one of the speeches on my podcast that kind of made me think of like, oh shit, like what am I still doing not in Bitcoin working, and was one of the small instruments or small inputs that I got to actually shift to completely Bitcoin only.
Oh, totally.
Was that a hard shift for you thinking about that? Like, oh boy, I'm going to jump off the plank here, but I need to do this.
Yeah, I was going to ask the same question. Like, I think it's a pretty fascinating story. Like your transition from like fiat land to Bitcoin. Like, I'd be great. I would love to hear that experience again.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, I haven't heard it in detail. Like I've heard the little snippets.
I think on Stacey's podcast I actually went really deep on that, and it is. I don't want to like we could fill a whole podcast with that, but I'll give you a short overview of that, because what you have to know, I was not just in a fiat job that I kind of hated and I really wanted to get out of it. It was a job that I kind of liked. I liked the people there. I liked what I did. I worked with people. I worked with like marketing materials. I was on conferences. So like this is also conferences in general, like are kind of nice. Bitcoin conferences are a lot better than IT security conferences, but like conferences in general are better than like just sitting in front of a computer and typing things in. And so I was 6 years in there. I'm pretty young. I'm like 26 years old, but I started this job very young. So I was 6 years working there, sometimes full-time, sometimes part-time, depending with like studies and all those things. And 6 years, you kind of make a bond also with the people. It's almost like a family. It's like just 15 people working there. It's not like a huge company. And I got all the opportunities. Like that's another thing. Nobody held me back. People literally gave me the opportunity to work in Germany, open new branches. Like I got everything that I really wanted, except that IT security wasn't my thing. Like, I was just not passionate about it. So when I saw kind of the grass on the other side with Jeff Booth and with the podcast, and like, oh yeah, like, oh, I could make a little bit of money with that podcast. Like, okay, maybe the time is right. I was 25 at that time, and I was like, maybe I should jump and just like try it out. But it was super hard. I don't want to get emotional, but I cried a lot in that time, because I was like, I leave behind a really nice job, people that I like, and a job that I like, and more importantly, something where I can actually grow into, something where I still have room to grow in. And I was like, I will always regret if I'm not doing that. And kind of the thing, like you can fail at something that you don't want to do, so you might as well take the take the chance at something you actually want to do. And this is basically what I did, and I never looked back. And Bitcoin was kind of enabler for that. I'm not rich from Bitcoin, but I was like, hey, I can at least live some months from my Bitcoin stack and kind of survive. I'm not on the street like tomorrow if there's no income coming in. So I was like, yeah, let's do it. And luckily, I never had to touch my Bitcoin stack. I always had a profitable tailwinds from my sponsors, from my partners, right from the get-go, actually. And this is kind of my short-winded story, how I got full all into the Bitcoin world, not just with my money, but also with my time.
Dude, that's so awesome, man.
Yeah.
I love that.
I can tell you what my parents would say is, making a change like that, and everything from like, what about your pension? You gotta, if you dig in the salt mine for another 20 years, you're gonna be fine. That's what I did. Or, honey, I don't know, what is this thing you're doing? I don't understand it, and so therefore, like, it's really risky, and I worry about you. I worry about you. So I can only imagine, your family, even as they love and care and support you, they want security out of your situation,
My grandma thought that I got scammed. She's like, boy, you're getting scammed. You're doing this Bitcoin and this internet thing. Like, and I'm like, no, like literally it's just me. So if someone scams someone, it's just me scamming myself.
Well, I loved
Yeah.
what you said, man, where you can like fail at something you hate. So why not do something you love? I just like, I hadn't heard that before, but what a great thing to think and say. It's like, yeah, I can 100% fail. Like I failed at all kinds of stuff I hated doing. Right. So like,
Fail
I
upwards.
love that, man. I think that's awesome. So
I stole that from Jim Carrey, and it was actually something that I heard in a speech randomly on my feed while I was in this decision process. I will just, to make him the honor, the thing that he actually said. He said, you can fail at what you don't want, so you might as well take a chance on doing what you love. I love that so much.
dude, that's brilliant. That is absolutely perfect.
Yeah.
And it's a great way to sum stuff up, like when I left the fiat world, like it's terrifying, man. Like there is that moment there, just like, and I used to joke with like Fritz and Travis and just be like, yeah, well, it's either going to work out pretty good or I'm going to be like, I'm going to go be shopping for refrigerator boxes to live in. Cause this, but you just kind of like, I don't know what it was, dude. Like, I mean, like I could totally hear like that emotional thing, like just that fear, like when you were making that transition. And I get that like 100% because there are those moments where you're just like, I might have just made like a catastrophically bad error here. Like this might have just been the worst idea I've ever had in my life. Like, what was I thinking? And especially like getting started with the microseed thing, like there was so much shit I just didn't like know, like there was just straight up like I just hopped into this thing and went, well, people start internet businesses and why can't I? I don't know. Let's just see what happens. And then you get in the middle of it and you're like, oh, there's all these reasons why people don't do this, So yeah, and things like podcasting, dude, like I think it's so great because like when you made that transition, it was almost like the forces of the universe kind of aligned for you because I remember when I first met you in Prague, like you were just starting on that ramp up. And it was like a year later, like you're hanging out with Michael Saylor on his yacht, dude. Like it was so crazy to watch, but it was kind of like it gave a lot of impetus to that idea of like where are you putting your focus, where are you putting your energy, and I don't know, man. I think it's pretty cool.
I like the thing that you said with because in the beginning I also said like, oh, like why is not everyone doing a podcast? It's so easy, and then you kind of do it a year and 1.5 years, and you're like, oh shit, like and now to keep that thing going, like it's super easy to make one podcast and one podcast episode, but like having like 365 podcasts a year with 365 different people in the organization, the post production, the clips, and all the things, and you're like, oh shit, all of the sudden it's like it's a whole thing. Yeah,
you feel the work, the proof of work about it all. And that's the thing. It's like, gee, I want a day off, or I got to plan ahead and figure out, when do I get my breaks and my time. I also
you don't get
it. Every day's Bitcoin's just still blocking along.
Yeah.
I also suffer from a little, and maybe it's out of like navigating carefully my future, but I'll get a little inner voice that's like, this could happen, or you don't know this stuff, or what about this? And it can kind of chip at my psyche a little bit, like, maybe it's an insecurity, but I'll imagine all the potential things that could go wrong, and then I'll hesitate and go, do I have the courage? And yeah, it can weigh on
Dude,
you.
it's so hard. It's so heavy. That weight is so heavy, dude. Like it's really sort of like, I remember, when I was like, all right, I'm doing this and this is what's happening now. Like it was kind of it was freeing. Like there was that moment of like, hey man, like I just walked out of the Fiat mines. Like I don't have to go back and fucking mine for Fiat. That's awesome. Oh shit. Like there's that. Uh-oh.
You're there. I'm figuring out this space. There we go.
I was just like, it's all me now,
Not
man.
to interrupt. Daniel's on the stage.
But just that walking out, dude, was just kind of like awesome, man. This is great. Now what? Like, so I get it, dude. Like it's not. I mean, I'm lucky in a way because I'm a bachelor, and like if I blow everything up, it means I'm the one that's going to be living in a refrigerator box. Like I don't have kids that are going to be living there with me. It's not going to be like, I mean, like Chase Visa might get mad at me or something. It's like, well, GFY, right? Like I don't care about you guys, but but it's all kind of on my shoulders. If I had like a wife and kids, and it's like it's a different calculus,
Right. That's
that's what I also always said, because people are, oh, like, how did you do that? And I'm like, no, it's easy. Like, man, I'm 25. Like if I lose all my money and I don't have any jobs with like 26, I'm where all the 26-year-olds are. I'm literally with the starting point with everyone else also.
Yeah.
So, and this mindset also kind of helped me, because there are people taking a risk with 3 kids and a wife, and maybe like even like other responsibilities, like, I don't know, like a handicapped a brother-in-law or something like that, and they still do it. And I'm like here with 25 years old, and like, shitting my pants about nothing. so at some point I was just like, it was like a hard 1 month period where I tried to decide, and then at some point I was like, what the heck? Why am I bitching around here? It's like, just do it, Robin.
Right.
But it's hard. I have a lot of empathy for people that do it every year later. Like with 27, it's harder. With 35, it's harder. With 45, like every year you go up, the responsibilities and the kind of dependencies in life kind of grow, and it gets harder and harder. But I teased you before that I have a meeting today, and I don't know when it started, and it starts now. So I'll leave you guys alone. So thank you so much for hosting me for the first 13 minutes. It was a pleasure, and I will come back again soon.
Man. Oh yeah, awesome, man. Well, it's always great to have you on, dude. It's always fun to see you, and really enjoy chatting with you always. So
yeah, thanks for joining, Robin.
Have fun with your meetings.
It's fun stuff.
Take it easy, man.
Cool. We'll see you, Robin. Yeah, so quality time. It's funny because talking about all that, before I saw Jeff Booth's talk over a year ago in Portland, it was just a few months before that. I think it was that previous winter time, and we were just meeting ourselves and just
oh, sorry.
I put
just noticed, like, I haven't been looking at the chat. Like, hi, Johnny. I didn't even, like, I had it on the wrong thing. I don't know. This is all new to us, dude. So
yeah,
hi, Johnny. It's great to see you.
I've got a new platform, so I put comments on the screen if we want to have that, so we don't miss them. They'll pop up.
Oh, that's cool. Oh, that's okay. That's awesome.
I didn't mean to interrupt. Comments, they're on the screen. Yeah, I can turn it off if they get too salty. So yeah, it was like, getting on a couple of years ago, and you and I were just spending our quality time where we had it, because I spent every weekend, I'd wake up Saturday morning with Bitcoin on the mind, and I'd been reading stuff and catching up on stuff. Johnny is our number one fan. He is. I know you've been here from the beginning. And like we just were, so it started with me reading and listening to podcasts and studying and running a node and just like getting off zero, navigating all that. But I couldn't get it out of my mind. And for me, balancing family time and plans, Bitcoin was my quality time where I was just starting to get my mind around a huge life change for me, even if that was just my mentality or something financial. And my quality time was studying and thinking, and then we'd get to talking, you and I, and it was just like this, it opened up this outlet, this cathartic, like, oh, someone who gets it, who's at my level or even above me and challenges me. And it was like, this is what I need. And so then after and it's like, let's get together, let's meet. You got time, midday on a Saturday or whatever, sip on some whiskey and release.
Breakfast, yeah.
And then after doing that for a little while, it's like, I don't remember who had the idea, but
that was all you, bro.
I think I was like, because I was thinking about what can I do in this space. I'm doing what I can, but it's just research. What can I do that's tangible, that might have some impact or something to be left? And it was like, maybe I'll make a podcast. I started making videos. I started making little shorts and studying like things connecting history with Bitcoin. And I just started cranking those out. And then we were talking, and it was like, why don't we'd had a couple of, just in my mind, genius conversations where you leave it and you're like, oh my gosh, I wish that we had recorded that or something, because like, I find this interesting.
Yeah.
And it was like, why don't we just press play, hit record on this? Why don't we just hit record?
Yeah.
So we did.
Yeah. I remember that.